Wasioyo akimie na banananga na baboti na ye makasi edi bibi yangu amenitoroka na watoto wangu kwa wazazi wake wakali edi. Nifanye nini jamani, nasali nini mama adi, mwasi woyo o mwasi wana akimie na banananga na baboti na yeye makasi odi, nasali nini mama mbwakali nalela wapi motema adi. Motema maneno mingi sana. Mama nalela wapi sherie edia, nasali nini mama nikambo nini nasali nini nasali nini acoustic music. So basically what I was playing here is Fiesta, and Fiesta is music of happiness. Original a long time ago when I was growing up, you see a Fiesta. Dr. Nicole used to play a Fiesta. But what I was playing here, in fact, is the rhythm guitar of Fiesta, not lead guitar, okay? This rhythm guitar, and this kind of a rhythm guitar is motivo style, that you can, it has bass and rhythm there at the same time, and it gives you little melodies, and they're very little small, little melodies. Make it interesting, so you can even be able to sing with it, because the rhythm is for you to be able to sing with it, and that's why we have that rhythm guitar. Now, lead, if to be played, will be played differently. I would not advise to play the guitar in that song, because with that rhythm guitar is very sweet, and maybe just acoustic by itself, I like that, is very nice. And that is one of my tunes, in fact. But you have to be googling around and find my to find this tune. It's called Masalinini. Anyway, as I said, this is my stories here. It's not that much about me playing music, but it's just to give you stories about my music. Long time ago, because I studied music, for the love of music when I was growing up, and I met different musicians from different places. I remember a certain time in Nairobi when I was playing with Lesa Lesan. Lesa Lesan used to play with, he used to sing for Dr. Nukyo. So Lesa Lesan, he met a guy from South Africa. No, this guy, in fact, he came. We were playing in a club called African Heritage. It's like a cafe and a souvenir store in Nairobi, in Nairobi City Center, just opposite GPO, Nairobi. General Post Office was on the other side, and on this other side, if you cross, is the African Heritage Center, where we used to play inside there. And the cafe used to be very nice because there were trees inside. In fact, it was like a garden cafe inside. There were plants growing inside there, green plants, it's garden-like, completely what I'm talking about here. And people will sit down there and they will have coffee and eat something. They'll listen to music, they'll dance also. There's a place they can dance there, and the band plays there. Tourists mainly and locals also came there in that place. And it's a very, very nice, I'm talking high-class place. So we played there, and then this guy came. He said, in fact, he came with a bag. He said he was a South African. He came from South Africa. He's looking for bands to play. He's a refugee in Kenya. His name was Opa. So if you guys, if anyone from South Africa, if you know a keyboard player's name was called Opa. Opa, he played with us in Kenya. He came that time. He was playing keyboards, 2 hands, man. This guy was good. And we had DX7, we had Roland's new ones, because there was a guy, his name was Geoffrey Ngao. He had come to United States and he came back to Kenya. He had bought musical instruments, mixers, guitars, microphones, everything new, man. I'm talking heavy, PV, huge. So he came and we got a contract at a club. By the time we were, first Ngao came and found us for playing at African Heritage, and we talked. So Lesan said, Adam, I think this is a good thing. This guy has a big plan. So Lesan sometimes, he's very sneaky. He can just disappear, and when he comes back, he's very busy with this new. He's always carrying newspapers. That guy, he would have Listen, like a piece of newspaper and here. Working in Nairobi. Everybody who knows Lesan, even musicians in Nairobi, know that he used to carry a newspaper, or if not, he doesn't have a newspaper, he has a little bag, a little leather bag. I mean, not little, but a little huge one, a size of a briefcase, but a small, medium. And will be carrying around. Of course, he's carrying his notes down there and his plans. So he spoke to this guy, Ngao, Ngao in fact is a Mijikenda guy, but I think he was married to a Kikuyu woman, and they had a ministry of, a ministry of worship. They were in the United States and they came to Kenya. That's what was their mission. And then I think Ngao got into wanting to get into music business, to renting the equipment, because the musical equipment, brings money. It doesn't matter who uses it. So he was a boss. Ngao has new. I'm talking sorry. I'm talking, new equipment. That time, in my time, getting new equipment, music equipment in Kenya, it was, my God, it's like hell. You are in heavens. Yeah, if you get new equipment, my Lord, you are the king. So Ngao agreed to give us his equipment, and we get a contract at Gringo's Club, which was just it's like a country club in Nairobi, just a few miles. It's not far. Like maybe 5 miles, as you say, or three. No, maybe 3 or 4 miles. Not away, very far away from town. And but it's a little in outskirts, and that place used to be packed. People, like I'm talking these guys, CEOs and people with big businesses, and those times, coffee was a big business in Kenya. Beer business too was booming, and people had money, because neighbors, countries like in Kenya and Uganda, they were trading a lot, and in Tanzania there was a lot of business going on in the borders, and the countries were doing very good, and we really did very well as musicians that time, because people had money and fans that were out there. Yes, they worked hard, and they made money, but there was money, and so clubs were always packed, and we used to get a lot of people, even tourists from abroad. They came there because sometimes they used to come and try and play country music. I'll tell you, but I can't remember even one of the songs. I don't know who used to. I used to play country music, but that was a long time ago, and I don't remember that much, but I think we used to play songs from Texas, and we used to play even Kenny Rogers, and sometimes we played Lionel Richie also. All night long, we played songs like what is the song? There's a place in Texas, and that has that name. I can't remember the song, but it was a very very beautiful country music. So anyway, we played a lot of copyrights also there, and our own songs. So my mind, was mainly concentrated on doing my own music. That's why I didn't put in mind that much about the country music, because our music is more sweeter than that. So we played there, and we also played songs like Jambo Bwana, which is famous songs. Hakuna Matata, and because of tourists who come there, and so we did well, and it was always nice. Opa from South Africa, he's the one who used to sing these country songs, and later sometimes I never used to sing country music except those guys. I used just to play and follow, and so we did very well. We used to eat Texas food there, guacamole, eating avocado, you know. Texas, Gringos, Texas, we call Gringos, Texas, and it was a nice place. In fact, that's the first place where I ever started riding a horse because they had horses there, and so they used to rent them for people who come there, and also we musicians who live there, who used to be there. It was for us, it was for free, and we had friends there who worked there. So I used to ride a horse, and one day I took my girlfriend, who I had a son with, Sule, and I took my girlfriend and gave her a ride, and she was in my back, and I rode a horse, a black horse, in Gringos in Nairobi, and I loved that club, and it used to be good, and they treated musicians very well. We get paid very well. We played 4 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Sunday they used to start boogie afternoon, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it goes up to midnight, after midnight. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it went up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We used to play, and it used to be a very, very nice club. That, I mean, residents, because most of the residents around there, they're in the country, in the bushes. So, and lots of coffee plantations around there, because most of the people who live around there, they had coffee farms too also, and so we played around there. So anyway, this is my stories, and I'll tell you more. Please get more people to come and join us here, and give you more stories about my musical journey, so you get to know.
Achamba machero que mvula inanya Chanje ada uka maziga dododo Alme haya Alme haya Alme haya Alme haya Alme haya Achamba machero que mvula inanya Chanje ada uka maziga dododo Yeah Achamba machero que mvula inanya Chanje ada uka maziga dododo Alme haya Alme haya Alme haya
Yes, it's a guitar. So, Gringos used to be a very, very nice club. What you heard, what I play here is called Fisherman's Blues. It sounds very country, doesn't it? because all the music comes from Africa. It's based with African rhythms. It's based with African drums. It's based with the African culture, and that's how we get to play our music. I have been playing music for quite a while. So since when did I start my guitar playing? 1977 at my aunt's place, and I started learning through my cousins. My cousins, they learned from my dad. My dad used to have a guitar a long time ago, an acoustic guitar, and then he put it up in the attic. For a long time, I didn't forget it. He didn't want anything to do with guitar, and nothing. And then one day, my cousins went and took it down, and they went and cleaned it up, and they went and bought some strings. They went and bought some strings, man. And they start, playing that guitar. And my dad taught them. So they used to come every time. In fact, and my dad, he was a very nice man. So he taught them, and later, after some time in their lifetime, I too learned from them. Now, here they are, and the guitar is there in the house. Me, I used to carry the guitars for them when they go and practice. My cousin with other cousins, it was a cousins band, all of us in the village there who are related. They come together and form a group, and some other will start playing music. African bands, and how even they will rehearse. They'll have only maybe 2 box guitars or 3, and with drums. They can use something like this and sticks outside in a garden, and they will sing there, and that music will be played there. My God, is played with the whole heart and spirit, because these guys don't have any equipment or good equipment, but they sound really good, because that they're hoping they can have. Even if, sometimes you come across some videos, see some kids are playing very, very poor drums, or maybe not just pieces of a stick, or maybe just they're just sitting something, or aluminium plates. And another guy has a little thing, and they're just playing together, and you hear the rhythm is very, very good. It's because they are talented. Africans have talent, and sometimes I'm not saying only Africans, but somebody who has talent. Okay, somebody who has talent. It doesn't matter. You'll see, especially in places where they don't have. If they come across teens, even teens, they will put a piece of a rubber band here, and it will make a drum sound. Why? Because they don't have, but they want to have. So it's good. So you know what? This is a place where I'm saying this is not because of music. This is a place for my stories. Okay. And I want to give you some stories of my journey. Sometimes there was a day. Let me go back in Kenya first. There was a day I was going to perform in a club, and this band is completely new to me. Okay, I've never played with this band on stage. And this band is called Supergales. This is where I met John Gilo, Papa Kwanda, Mashos, Mfaume, Joliba, and me. We were 6. No, 4. Yeah, 4 players and 2 singers. Yeah, we were 6-piece band, and who was our manager? Our manager was Harrison Siwale. Harrison Siwale, I'm talking, this guy he was a monster, a monster rhythm player, guitar player. He was a king, man. He learned his guitars, of course, his style. He learned from the king who is from our tribe. His name is Bomba Savata. Harrison Siwale mastered that style. Lokasa Mbongo, he plays, but no. Harrison Siwale, he made that thing talk, man. If you yeah, Harrison Siwale could make you cry. I mean, you see yourself, you can get yourself dance. He can make you dance. Just listen to his guitar. He was a monster, man. He came and got that style from Mombasa Vata. And oh my God, Jamhuri Jazz. That's why Jamhuri Jazz, when they were in Mombasa, they were playing in a place called Kariba. That's the first time I went to see him. I climbed a wall, and look, and that wall, these people have planted the bougainvillea flowers so that they have, spines, so you can't climb up there. But we kids, because we want to see, man, the spirit of music drives me to climb up there because I want to see. And when we climb that, because it's a fence, okay? It's a fence, but it's built with bricks up to a certain height. Not, I mean, like maybe when I was young, maybe 2-3 heights of me, that's the top. And listen, my guitar, the length of this guitar, 3 times top or 4 times. I will go and climb to another kids. You climb up there and find a place even and push those spines away, and so you don't, because you could be poked with these trees that have sharp spines. So we watch inside. We look. It's a club because it's done that way. Because so you young people underage kind of want to see what is going on inside them because they're selling alcohol and also there's a band playing, but it's an open space up there because they have seats and people love that. But they also have to put a fence for us not to see because we're young, but still we climb. And that time I hadn't started even playing music. I saw Harrison Siwale playing with his band. I was completely a youngster. And after when I became a musician and came and played again later, I came and met him. He became my manager, and I played lead guitar in front of him. And I came later. I told him later my stories that I knew him. But he liked the way I played, and sometimes he played with us. Sometimes, so he managed our band, Harrison Siwale. He's one of the Wanyikas. If you the Wanyika, I mean, he was not from the Wanyika, but his group, Jamhuri Jazz, which had also another very, very interesting musician. His name is Yusuf Muhando, who sang there. He was the lead vocalist of that band. His voice is known everywhere in East Africa. Yusuf also, I played with him in 9 Stars Orchestra with Professor M.B. Naman. So these are legends. I'm talking, these are legends in my life who I met in the world of music. Very, very known people and very big names that were over me a million times at my time. So there were music, I'm talking, the music was played in the radio every time. I'm talking every time, everywhere, in Kenya, in Uganda, in Tanzania, every time they were on air. I'm not talking some kind of a street band. No, I'm talking about a band. It's like they are like the Rolling Stars, Rolling Stones there. These guys, when they sang, they used to have a song called Simba Unalia Bembeleza Mwana Simba Anania Tutaliwa na Simba Oh Maria, and then a voice of a baby crying, and then they put a voice of a lion, oh, 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 meaning that song, the singer was saying that, oh, my wife were in the forest, in a deep jungle. Please sing a lullaby for the baby, or make the baby go quiet, because here where we are right now, there are lions around here. With the baby crying, the lions can come and eat us. And you know why? The jungle, which is the Nyika, where Mijikenda come from, the Wanyika are Mijikenda, people of the Nyika. If you ask anybody in Kenya, who are Wanyika, they tell you Mijikenda in the coast. So, Wanyika, that name was used again by musicians from this band which sang that song, which had a lion and a kid, which was called Jamhuri Jazz, which was like the top big monster band. Musicians from there who lead guitar, whose name was Wilson Peter Kinyonga. If you hear about Wilson Peter, and his brother George Peter, these guys were monsters, man. They played, they sold a lot of music. They were known everywhere. In Kenya and Tanzania, in Uganda, ask anybody. Don't you know Wilson Peter Kinyonga and George Peter? You know Simba Wanyika? Ask anybody. Even up to Congo, they are known. These, maybe even up to other countries, but where I come from, around those three countries where I was, in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, because we were closer there, I know they were very, very famous, and every time the radios play their music. And Jamhuri Jazz, which is now the father band or the mother band, which all these Wanyikas came from, because of Wilson Peter Kinyonga and George Peter. I don't remember seeing George Peter playing with singing for Jamhuri, but I think then I think he either was with them either near the last time, because George was still young. They came. I remember George's first. Let's say this, George Peter, his first when they had formed Simba Wanyika, and they were performing Kariba. No, not Kariba, but there was Buxton Bar, yes, which was just exactly opposite where my extended grandfather was. My step grandfather was John. He lived there. The uncle of my father who lived there, and I used to go there. The uncle of my father is the one who will raise my father, so I used to go there at his place, who I call him my grandfather. His name is John. I used to sleep there, and the next time I will hear the bands, when I hear somebody, they're playing, I swear, like as if they're playing inside here where I'm staying. And I was, but I still slept because its music was so beautiful in the night time. My God. And that time my spirit of music was growing in me, and I just feel I should be there. Yeah, I feel I should be there. I should be there. I should be playing there. I should be on the stage, man. I wanna be part of that action. So I listened to Simba Wanyika when they started the band. When the band started exactly there, that time even Abu Omari was my friend. Was not there yet. Then, at that time, I was living in Jomvu Mission. My father, at that time, we had moved there because of he wanted to live close to my other uncles. And we stayed there. Simba Wanyika came to perform in a wedding of one of our extended cousin. And that's when I now came to see properly, closer to me, George Peter, Wilson Peter, and their brother William, who was a drummer, Peter too. and there were other musicians there. A bass player who is a man from Rabai. I can't remember his name proper, but Tom, I think Tom Malanga. Yeah, Tom Malanga is be the bass player. And he's from Rabai, who was the Mijikenda people who played bass for Symbonic. So and the band was a monster band. I think Rama was already with them by that time. Ramazan playing saxophone and Twahiri maybe those days. And yeah, I believe so. Because I remember the first time, there was a time I think I saw Rama playing with Villa Negros at Saba Saba Bar, which used to be in Sparky, exactly close to my grandfather, whose name is John, my extended grandfather. And I used to go and see them there sometimes. And one day my dad took me there and he asked for me to play a guitar. Abdallah was the lead guitar player. Say Abdallah gave me a lead guitar and I played there because my dad wanted me to play. That time I was getting into music. And I played there and people gave me, man, they lifted me up, hey, because of so, and this, of course, that was the Villa Negros band. I just had gone there with my dad, and my dad was, they were playing in one of those places which I'm talking to, whereby they not allow young guys to go inside except if you're an adult. And my father, because I was young, he came with me inside there. It's a club also, it used to have an open space, and the band played, and the bar is within there. So between, they had a huge open space, like a garden, like in the backyard. So I got to see Rama there, I remember, a long time ago, and Mzee Abdallah, who was in Villa Negros band. These guys in my life, I kept on meeting them in my musical life, and until today, some of them I know them, even Rama, I know him, a saxophone player. He's a great saxophone player, Rama. In fact, even he played he came also and played in my group called Sigalame Sound System. He jammed with us, he played with us and he recorded even with us in Nairobi that time. Rama also, he's in UK now, but Rama has played with Samba Mapangala. He played with orchestra Super Mazembe. They were the best saxophone players, Rama and Twahiri. They're from Tanzania, but they live in Kenya, and they became citizens there, and their families are there, like any of us, so families in Tanzania, family in Uganda, family in Kenya. So, because we're East Africa. So, I'll give you more stories as I say when I'm continuing. This is about my history, because you will know a lot of my stories when I write. I don't say anything, so it's good for you to hear me when I'm talking I myself in my stories. Taiza siko engalenga mkazini na mtendo. Taiza siko engalenga tibadwa na mtendo. Maisha gagagadero alume kwenda kazi. Maisha gagagadero alume kwenda kazi. Daiboma isha dedengu buye humunungu. Daiboma isha dedengu buye humunungu.
Aya.
Hey, Chiramuko. Chiramuko means early morning. So, early morning when I wake up, I'm always thankful because the day is another day. And so I wait for the sun. When the sun comes out, I go out to play music and entertain people. Because, see, Toronto, music is a part of life to here in Toronto because it's a big city. So in any city, people like to hear music, and it's a good thing that in Toronto they have a program in the subway system where musicians do play music sometimes, and so I used to do that in the days when I had time, because now I'm a little caught up because of my wife. She's not well, but what it is that they audition musicians. They audition you and see how you play, and also if you pass, there's 3 judges, and if you pass, then you'll have to pay for the license, and they'll give you a license, you get a number, and they'll give you the rules. There's rules and a schedule of how to play. The schedule is playing from, let's say, 6 to 12, 12 to 6, 6 to 12 again. 3 schedules, and in 3 schedules, there are 3 musicians. So you have one schedule, one day at a time, from 6 to 12 or from 12 to 6 or 6 to 12 again. Depends on what time. And so as any work has rules, so you have to read and understand. So that is a part of my genre of music. So when I came to Toronto, I saw people playing music on the ground. I decided to follow it, and I've been playing that. In fact, I did not only play underground, I have played inside a streetcar and a train as a promotion for good service for the city of Toronto, through the mayors and through the councillors, and say I did that, and that's why I've been mostly as an ambassador of TTC in Toronto also, and other things also in the city, like at a certain time they were asking how they wanted the city to look like. I've said that about the garden, how it should look like, and planting trees and stuff like that, doing music workshops for musicians to get youngsters to get into the music, because it's good for them. And some of them, they have no clue. I mean, they have music, but they can have nothing to do. So you gotta get them into getting them in the studio, showing them the business, the music business, and this audition them, give them hope. And that is one of the good things which I also thought was to be done. And I said that to the city, and it was done. And some musicians, some other kids right now are good musicians, that they're out there doing their own music business, because once a youth gets something to do, then something good, they'll be busy. Something that keeps them busy, they'll be busy. They don't have any time for bullshit or for any other bad things. And that's what is also about music. It's not only for they say starry entertainment or fun. It's also for teaching in schools also, or playing for people who are disabled or sick in hospitals also. You know that. In fact, when my wife was sick, I went and played. They have a program in hospital there. Musicians, they go there and play. And I went and played. So anyway, I'll give you more stories. You know what? Just get me more friends to come here, and I'll give you more stories and about my tour Long time ago, I went on a tour in Kenya to Garissa. Garissa is in the border of Kenya and Somalia, where you hear there's sometimes trouble there. And people sometimes have tea with a milk camel. So get camel milk. Get me more friends, okay? I'll give you stories.